Hey y'all, say y'all, peace and Palo Santo sticks. It is your girl Divinely Lika and welcome to the channel. To my returning viewers, my A1 Day ones, hey soul cousins. And to my new subscribers, welcome to the soul family. We're just spreading love, light, insight, and helping each other better navigate this beautiful human experience. I do want to apologize for my last reading. It kind of ended abruptly. Not too abruptly, though, because I really was at the very end. But normally, you know, I pull a few different advice cards. I only got to pull 2 before I ran out of storage space. Which I'm not surprised, because my readings be so goddamn long. I wasn't surprised that I ran out of space on my computer. But I cleared it up. We should be good. It should definitely be good to get into this message. The last message was heavy, okay? And I knew I felt it before I even sat down. It's like I channeled what I was feeling. Yeah, I really did. But let's get into this energy. I do want to channel from my favorite deck, which is the African Goddess Rising, to get some overall energy. And then, yeah, I'll build the message from here. It is a freestyle, like they all are. And we'll go from here. All right. Oh, yeah, let me catch some of this sage smoke on this deck. I already cleaned them, but I just, you know, I don't want to waste some good smoke. All right, let's get into the energy. All right, divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest lip. Okay, wait, before I even get into that, thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and the subscribes. It means so much to me. I am open for personal readings. If you are interested in a personal reading, the information is in the description box. You can either DM me on Instagram, or you can also send me an email. Just make sure you put in like the subject bar of the email personal reading, so I can be able to, like, you know, weed out your email from the thousands of other emails that just are just there. Okay, you know, when you have an old, you know, an email for a really long time, it's just like a lot of shit going on. I need to really stop bullshitting and create another email specifically just for you all to you know, communicate with me and book your personal readings. I did a few. I've had a few personal readings that I've done for some of my subscribers, and it's been really good so far. Like, I really have no complaints. First, I was a little bit nervous because I just thought maybe the energy may be a little bit too much for me, but it's been really good. And yeah, so I do take Cash App and I do take Zelle. All right, let's go on ahead and get into this damn energy, y'all. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. Clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that their higher self wants them to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the divine collective, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Any dark magic or evil eye being sent my way or to the way of my platform, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra as I get these messages across. And protect and open up my third eye chakra so that I can dive deeper into my intuition to give further clarification of the cards that come out today. Allow me to channel these messages from the highest, most authentic version of myself and not from a place of ego. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Alright, y'all. Let's see what's going on in the energy. Just like here. just itches. What's going on in the energy, spirit? What's going on in the energy? Ooh. Oh my gosh. Whew. This is the first deck that I seen. When I first split the deck, this was when I first split the deck to start shuffling, this was here. So we have Ayla Grief. But before we had Ayla Grief, we had Feeling Safe to Tuba. And then we have Grief, Ayla. These cards are fucking beautiful, y'all. I don't own any deck where the art is just this beautiful like this. Like, it is just really nice. It's really nice. Is this the order it came out? Yeah, this is the order. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more for the Divine Collective. Tell me more for the Divine Collective. Oh my God. Y'all seen, y'all heard how much I shuffled this deck, right? When I split the deck, these were the two cards. It was Ayla and Sarah Lakali. Am I saying it right? Wait? Sarah Lakali, Divine Lineage. Like, literally, when I went to break the deck, these were the two cards. Oh, wow. Okay, Spirit. I'm not getting an intuitive message yet, though, at all. Like, sometimes I'll have it really early into the energy, and sometimes I have to dig into it, and I'm just getting a feeling, y'all, this might be one I gotta dig into. So stick along, just stick around. Then we have Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed. Whoa, okay. I don't have one. Not right now, I don't. I just don't. I am getting this feeling of divine protection through whatever grief that you probably okay. Then. So there could have been some type of secrets that came out or revealed to you that maybe caused you some type of grief. And when I sit here and I see this Divine Lineage card, it's just giving me the energy of like protection. So it's like, despite what you're going through, and maybe you feel safe, maybe you don't, but your spirit guides and your divine ancestors or like, they kind of want to remind you that they are around. You have nothing to worry about. Through whatever grief you're feeling, you really shouldn't even feel grief, because they are here to make you feel safe, to comfort you. All right, let's get into the textbook messages so I can figure out what's going on here. So to my new subscribers, to those of you who are new to the channel, basically how it goes, I do always like to give respect to the African goddesses themselves. So I always start off by giving you the small backstory of the African goddess, and then it'll be the African goddess's guidance to you. Okay, is how it goes. If I get any intuitive nudge as I'm reading, I will kind of stop, kind of tell you what it is that I'm feeling, what I hear my spirit guides telling me, and then yeah, it's pretty much how I do that. Okay, then I'll close out with angel numbers today. All right. But let's go to Tuba and to my new subbies. welcome. Like, really, though. Like, really welcome to the family, okay? It's good vibes over here, okay? Good vibes. Good vibes. Good times. I do cuss a little bit, but not too much, but I do. Every now and again. I'm a passionate person. Okay. So we have Tituba, goddess of feeling safe. She's from Barbados. Protect your skin with La Roche-Posay's ultra. I know y'all motherfucking did. Interrupt my shit. Hopefully somebody got paid for that ad. Anyway, it says goddess of feeling safe. She's from Barbados, Guyana, Salem. Her temple is ancestors, and her element is air. It says great ancestor Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trials. Y'all remember that? Or at least remember hearing about it. Obviously, most of us weren't around for it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of it, about the Salem witch trials. She was most likely kidnapped from Guyana region in South America and then sold through a Barbados plantation. So that's as much backstory as they were able to give for her. If you are interested in getting more backstory on her, her name is Tituba. Okay. All right. Anyway, so Tituba's guidance to you is, it is finally safe to be you. I got it real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. I just got the download super quick. I don't know why. When I seen this Ayla Grief card, when I was like trying to put the whole message together with the secrets revealed and the Ayla Grief card, it just gave me this feeling of, I'm like, you know, maybe somebody is coming out of a place of grief, or during your time of grief, it's almost like it's pushed you into like what your purpose is, or the secrets revealed is you. I feel like when it came to secrets revealed, I didn't get so much of the feeling of something came out and really hurt you. I got more of the feeling of some type of secrets were revealed about yourself, about a talent, about a gift, about your lineage, about the power you possess, about a something. And then if you see this Ayla Grief card, even it says grief, but she is pregnant. So it gives me the energy of like birthing something. And that's why sometimes like some of the most darkest hours really birth some of the most beautiful rebirths. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Death, rebirth energy I'm kind of getting. But anyway, let's go back to the message. It says, it's finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. And there is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. Goddess declaration. I like the goddess declarations. I always say are really good to be used as an affirmation to those of you who are new. It says goddess declaration. I am safe, and it is safe to be safe. You'd be surprised just how many of us are like not feeling safe in our body, not feeling safe to be us. And it doesn't have anything to do about what's going on in our present, like in maybe our something recent in our life. A lot of times it has a lot to do with just, you know, inner child healing that needs to be done. Maybe something that happened in childhood where you just really, you really didn't feel like, I can honestly say I can relate to that, to this feeling and even this message, because my mom had me at 13. So my mom was very, 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 very strict. Like, she really didn't like to let me go outside. She made me cover myself up a lot. Like, I've always been really curvy. Like, we just got a lot of curvy women in our family. So I had hips and butt really, really early. And my mom would always like try to make me wear baggier clothes or wear clothes that covered my, like, you know, that hid me, you know. And it got me to like a certain place where I didn't feel the most comfortable in my own skin, to say the least. I didn't really feel, I don't know, I felt like I never wanted to do much of anything because I feared my mom. I was genuinely afraid of my mother. So I feel like just living in that environment, being raised in an environment where you are afraid and you don't really feel safe. You don't feel safe in your home, because my mom also, there was some other things I really don't want to talk too much about, but my mom was not, my mom was abusive. I'm not even gonna lie. My mom was very much so abusive, physically and verbally. So I didn't feel, I didn't really feel safe. Like, honestly, I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel comfortable. That's honestly where I learned to dissociate in my childhood. Like, literally in my household, I learned how to not be present because it was just so much. As being an empath, you feel everything so deeply. So to be in an environment where it's like where you're being abused either physically or verbally on a regular basis, the only way to really be able to survive certain things like this, well, first of all, we all have different trauma responses. Mine was to just leave, like mentally, emotionally, kind of leave, but I would be there, obviously physically there, but not there. So I felt like later on in my life, just carrying that, how that showed up and like later on in life is not really feeling comfortable around a lot, like other people, like really not feeling comfortable to be myself, always wanting to really keep a guard, like have a particular type of guard up. I always feared like being a burden when I was younger. So I don't, like, even as of today, I really struggle to ask for anything. Even when it's being offered to me, it makes me feel uncomfortable. So, there's just a lot of things in your child. I'm saying all this to say there's a lot of things that can happen in your childhood that absolutely can be showing up in your day-to-day life. Feeling safe may be one of them. And if that is the case, if this is something that you do struggle with, there are, when it comes to healing, stuff is so much, therapy. I'm not against therapy at all. I just feel like a lot of therapists, they are treating you on a more psychological level and maybe even emotional level because you do get to vent. You do get the vent, and maybe that does help to an extent. But a lot of these things that we have to heal from, it's more than just psychological or physical. It's energetic and like spiritual. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We aren't humans having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So with that being said, there are certain chakras that are blocked. If you do not feel safe, your root chakra is absolutely blocked. Okay? And if it's something that starts, especially when it starts in childhood, because that is our first chakra. That's the first chakra that we start off using is our root chakra. So if you grew up in an environment where you did not feel safe in your home, you did not feel safe to be yourself, you did not feel safe to express yourself, your root chakra can be blocked, and that's something that you want to work on. And honestly, if your root chakra is blocked, being that is the root, that's the roots of every other chakra. All of our chakras are on top of our root chakra. If you have a weak root chakra, then that means you just need a chakra alignment in general. That's honestly something I'm looking into doing myself. Because there are certain people that, whether it's Reiki or whatever it may be, it ain't nothing but a Google search away, y'all. Like, look into, go to Google, look up chakra healing and just see what pops up. Would you'd be surprised of what different things like, the different type of places that you have in your city that actually cater to healing on a very energetic and spiritual level. Okay. But anyway, yeah, it says, I am safe. It is safe to be safe. All right. So we're going to move on to grief. And it could be actually, even though the order was feeling safe and then grief, there could be some type of grief that you've experienced that has caused you not to feel safe. Sorry, I'm a little parched. When something's good, when you just got to look at the name of it again. I know exactly what I'm drinking. I knew exactly what I was drinking before I put it to my lips. But sometimes it just hits so good, you got to look at the bottle. Like, God damn, that's a good bev. I really appreciate a good beverage. I do. I really do. They need to sponsor me or something. That shit good. 10 calories? To hit that good for 10 calories? Like, stop playing with them. Y'all better stop playing with bubbly. Because they is not playing with y'all. Ayla, let's go into that one. Give me a second. 58. I'd rather be with you. All right, Goddess of Grief. She is from, hold up, let me show you her again. Beautiful card, right? Oop, uh-oh, hold up. Excuse me. Goddess of Grief. She's from Igbo, Nigeria. Her temple is lovers and her element is bush. Ancient Earth Mother Ayla is the foremost Igbo Ilusi deity. Goddess Ayla oversees motherhood, fertility, and the afterlife. After death, humans return to the womb of Ayla, replanted in the soul to reincarnate. It says Ayla's guidance. It says, give spirit your grief. Bawl it out, wall it out, cry it out, sob, shriek, shed tears, surrender it. Some of you also, because this card, I know this card has a lot to do with unprocessed grief. I pulled it myself, for myself, in like my own personal readings. You could also be somebody, you could be somebody who actually could very much so relate to who I am. I've had other readings about dissociating. I hope I'm saying it right. Dissociating or disassociating. I don't think it's dissociating. I think it's dissociating. I think I'm saying it right. Dissociating. Where you just may have, like, certain grief or certain unprocessed trauma from as far back as your childhood. Oh. Look how beautiful this card is. Okay. Okay, yeah, so you could be somebody who maybe struggles with, like, dissociating. Like, maybe you are somebody who's on a healing journey, but maybe you're having a hard time during your healing journey because you have, dissociating is like, it's like a shutdown of emotions. Like, your emotions just kind of 22 on a timer. This definitely may be somebody else's story and not just, my own. But dissociating is where, for those of you who don't know, another way that, like, a common way people will call it, a common word that people use to describe dissociating would be going numb or, like, shutting down. But it is a trauma response. Dissociating can be a beautiful thing, especially, like, in certain instances. If, maybe you just have a lot going on at the time and it's just the trauma or the grief or whatever it is that's hitting you at that moment just may be too much for you to process. Maybe you have something really big going on at work. Maybe, you got your kids. You still got to show up for the kids. And maybe it's just too much for you to sit and fall to pieces because you got other people who are watching you and depending on you or whatever it may be. Dissociating is basically you just kind of shutting your emotions down. And it's a beautiful thing, but it can also be something that can absolutely destroy your life if you do not get a hold of it, because you could be so disconnected from your emotions that you don't really feel anything. It gets to a point where you're struggling to feel joy. You're struggling to feel anything. It's like, yeah, even though I filtered out those memories and the trauma that hurt so bad, I'm also filtering out things that genuinely should make me feel good. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, a beautiful way that it was described to me by a lady named Christina Lopes. I have to link her in the comments because anytime I feel the energy of dissociating, I like to link her in the comments because she has a beautiful way of breaking down different traumas and how you can go about healing them on not just a physical level, but an energetic and a spiritual level. And I really love her for that. I genuinely believe the universe aligned me with her videos at a period in time where I really need to see them. She talks on codependency, narcissism, dissociating, spiritual awakening, and the different stages. Like, it's just so many different, it's a broad variety of different topics that she touches on, and it can be really, really beneficial to helping you heal. Like, she she was the real pushing force for me to understand that I can really heal myself. I don't really need to sit and see a person. I could definitely heal myself through, we are living in beautiful times, y'all. Like, utilize technology, okay? Like, really. Oh, my back hurts. My back hurts. Jeez, it really hurts. But yeah, so how she describes dissociating is, think about your house, okay? You're running way too much fucking power. You got too many outlets, too many things plugged in to too many outlets at one time. It's a little bit too much for the house to process, or the electrical system or electrical whatever to process. And instead of causing a fucking explosion, it'll trip a circuit and everything will shut down. That's exactly what's happening to you when you're dissociating. Too much for your nervous system to handle. So, and to avoid you from feeling the full impact, because mostly I feel like people who struggle with dissociating the most are empaths, because we do feel everything so deeply. Side note, has nothing to do with it does kind of have, no, it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. Why am I watching Ted a second ago before I started doing my readings, right? And I don't know if any of you have seen Ted. And this is why, y'all, I'm telling you, I feel stuff so deep. This is why I normally just watch comedy and I don't really watch anything else. So there's a part, and Ted is very much so a comedy type of movie. So the part where like his friend, Ted's little friend, after they're like at Comic-Con and some big little thing falls down on him, he gets rushed to the hospital. He's in the hospital bed and they're saying like, Ted is like super sad because it's looking like he's not going to make it. Now, I know I've seen this movie before. I'm like, I know he doesn't die. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I know he doesn't die. Why am I crying? Like, I'm just in here crying. Like, what the fuck? It's so sad. And I know if I was watching around somebody, it'd been like, really? Like, you're crying watching Ted? Yes, because his friend is on the hospital bed and they are really sad. And that really makes me sad. And it really makes me sad. Like, it just does. I really feel things so deeply. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say this. As an empath, we do have a tendency to feel things very, very deeply. So I think we are at the highest risk of dissociating, probably more than anybody else. But anyway, yeah, that's honestly the best way to describe dissociating. It's really just too much going on for your nervous system to process. And versus you feeling the full impact, it's like a shutdown. The same, like everything shuts off the same way. You trip your circuit when in the house when you're running too much electricity at one time. So a beautiful way to describe that. I will link her in the description box. But anyway, it says, give spirit your grief. Bawl it out, wail it out, cry it out, sob, shriek, shed tears, surrender it. You are holding unprocessed grief. You want to skip over it and get back to normal. But grief doesn't go away because you ignore it. The only way to healing it is to walk through it. Losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak, but you also experience grief after breakups, job loss, and disappointments. Self-love and self-care are required. Ask for support and be gentle with yourself. Goddess declaration. I am supported by loved ones, those who are seen and those who are unseen. Bet. Oh my God. Didn't I say I channeled the message, y'all, before I even read the card? Remember I said when I seen this card, it gave me the energy of protecting? You are supported by your loved ones, those who are unseen and those who are unseen. You have a very big team of divine ancestors who are absolutely covering you and protecting you through whatever it is that you're going through. They don't want you to hold on to this grief anymore. For some of you, it is it could be something along the lines of dissociating. For others of you, you're just keeping yourself busy. You're trying your hardest to keep yourself busy. Shit, I used to do it. Like, I'm not dealing, I don't want to deal, like, I remember at the point in my childhood when it really had like, and I thought it was so like, to me, you know, when you're immature and you really just don't know and your ego is leading you way more than your spirit. It's like in my mind, I'm like, this is like the best logic to have. Like, I don't have time. And, you know, and honestly, just how my childhood was like set up for me, I just got hit with too much trauma, too close together for me to be able to process it. Like, I think before I could even wrap my head around trauma number 1, I get hit with trauma number 2 and 3. So naturally, my mind, I'm just like, I don't have time to deal with this shit. Like, I don't got time to sit around and cry. I ain't got time to sit around and figure it out. Life keeps going. Time keeps ticking. Shit keeps moving. I don't got time to sit here and figure this out. I gotta keep moving. And to, for that to be my mindset at such a young age, it became a pattern throughout my life. So much so that I don't know how to not dissociate. It just happens. It just happens. And it's like, because I don't know how to not do it, I don't know how to come out of it either. So, well, I do now, because I'm like, I've found different ways, beautiful ways, especially watching a lot of Christina Lope's content of how you can get those emotions moving, how you can get those get that shit, get those trauma and those emotions regulated. And like I said, I will link her in the description box, because I am getting that energy. But for some of you, if it's not dissociating, you're just trying to keep yourself distracted and busy. Distracted and busy. And it's not doing anything. The key to healing is the feeling. The key to healing is the feeling. So when you're at you're at home sometimes, and maybe those feelings get to creep up, that's not the time to be like, oh shit, let me get on my phone and start scrolling. Matter of fact, what's going on? Let me call my friend and see if I can what she doing, and let's see if she want to go out and have drinks. Or that's not the time to do that. It's really the time to literally sit in it. It is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. Don't turn the TV on, nothing. Sit in it. Allow it to make you uncomfortable. Like, we have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because it's a natural human experience and emotion. At least when it comes to the in the matters of healing, when the matters of healing and trauma. Like, don't sit in no fucking uncomfortable ass relationship, uncomfortable ass workplace. I will never give you that advice. But when it comes to those emotions, those uncomfortable emotions that come up, that you need to deal with, sit in it. Sit in it. You are being protected. You are being supported. You're okay. Trust me, those tears that you're crying, your ancestors are wiping your tears. They're here. They're rubbing your back, all of that. And here's what we got to understand. Here's what we got to understand. Because trauma is trauma is so much bigger than you. It's so much bigger than just you, your individual self. Not only is it, does your healing affect those around you and closest to you? You're not just, when you heal, you're not just healing for you. You're healing for your whole divine lineage. You have a big responsibility. It's so much bigger than you. So understand, when you're healing, the service that you're doing, not only to yourself, but to your bloodline. Those who came before you and those that come after you. Absolutely, positively. Trauma can be passed down in DNA. This is why a lot of people, 33 on a timer, don't play with me. Confirmation. This is why a lot of people, and I'm not coming for nobody, a lot of people may not understand, Black people or in certain instances, about how, well, you guys aren't slaves anymore. That trauma is in our bloodline. It's much deeper than it just being our reality. It's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. So when you're healing, baby, no, you're not just healing for you. You're healing for those who came before you and those who come after you. Okay? All right. And for a lot of us, our ancestors didn't have the opportunity to do the healing work. They lived in the trauma. They took on the majority of the trauma for us. It's up for us to heal it. Hell is sticking to my leg. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, it says Goddess declaration, and this is a very good affirmation. I am supported by my loved ones, those who are seen and those who are unseen. Beautiful message. Sarah Lakali, divine lineage. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, so it says Sarah Lakali, goddess of divine lineage. She's from Romani, Egypt. Her temple is ancestors and her element is water. Great ancestress Sarah Lakali, meaning Sarah the Black, was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of Romani people. I don't know if I showed her again. Of what? Okay, so Sarah the Black was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of the Romani people. Oral history says that Santee, Sarah, had the highest divine lineage. She had the highest divine lineage. I gotta look her up. Okay, girl. So Sarah Lakali's guidance to you is, your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside you and within you. Trust. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. They want you to call on them. Don't get me wrong, they're going to protect you and walk beside you regardless of the fact, but call on them. They want to be acknowledged. Like right behind me, I have an altar. And honestly, I do have to do some more. I give them flowers. I sit water out. Different things that I know, like my grandma used to like. I have the different elements there. I have pine cones. I have flowers. I have for the fire element. I have candles. I have the water element. Having the water out for them. Acknowledge them as if they are here, because they are. They are. Says your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. Goddess declaration, I am my sisters and my sister is me. We don't have the most close-knit family, so I actually went on Ancestry.com just so I could get the names of my ancestors, specifically so I can call on their names. And I do exactly that. I really went back as far as it would allow me to go back. Yeah. Obviously, there was a period in time where we just didn't have names, or we weren't really being documented as Black folk. So I was able to go back a few generations, but not as far back as I would have liked to. But it's okay. That's okay. Because I do add, even though I call on the ancestors that I do know by name, I also will add my ancestors, my unknown and known ancestors. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. This is Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed. I'm sure some of you have heard of her, because I have. I don't really know her backstory or anything about her. But Queen of Sheba, I know that name just kind of rings a bell for me. There's a few different goddesses that's like, oh, I heard of that. Or I heard of her before. So let's see, Queen of Sheba. So it says, Queen of Sheba, goddess of secrets revealed. She's from Ethiopia. Her temple is Queens and her element is fire. It says, in the Bible, the wealthy Queen of Sheba brings a caravan of gifts to King Solomon. The Ethiopian holy book reveals that she was their Queen Makeda, and that together they sired King Menelik I. Open your eyes. Secrets are being revealed. It is safe for you to see the truth. Your inner vision is crystal clear. You don't know what you don't know. Your creator, ancestors, angels, spirit, and ascended masters are whispering to you. This divine intelligence, this is divine intelligence. Pay close attention. There are things that you do not let yourself see. Allow yourself to be guided. Choose your own path. Goddess declaration, I am connected to the divine. It is very important for you to sit in your discomfort, because in your discomfort, in your grief, in your discomfort, or where you're getting the message. I'm gonna be honest, I've learned this is why, like, I just made a post the other day that said, you have to, in order to appreciate good times, you have to have bad times. How can you appreciate how can you appreciate having food on the table if you've never been hungry? You get what I'm saying? How can you appreciate, I mean, shit, you know what I noticed the other day? I was just saying to myself, I'm like, it took for me, because I've always just had a really nice shape. But, like, after I, like, ended my last relationship, I got a little hefty, okay? I just did. I got a little hefty. And, I'm not that tall, so it's like, I can't afford to be hefty. But, I mean, at least not for me personally. But it took for me to actually get out of shape for me to appreciate being in shape. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes for you to have the opposite of something to appreciate the good side of it. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm saying all that to say this. When you're sitting here and you're like feeling the discomfort and in some of your darkest hours, I do believe you get some of the greatest messages. I really do. The messages that you won't get when you're happy and everything is joyous and amazing. It's in those times of discomfort. It's in those dark hours that you actually, not even that you get the lesson, but you're looking for one. Because now it's like, shit, what the fuck is going on? Something, give me a sign, make something make sense. That's why it's needed. If everything's going right, you're not looking for a damn lesson. What am I looking for a lesson for? Everything's going right, So in these times of, you not feeling the greatest or discomfort or heartache or whatever it may be, sit with that. Because that's when they're whispering the loudest. That's when the most secrets are being revealed. It says there are things you do not let yourself see. And what I just heard after I said that, somebody is perceiving their grief and their hard times the wrong way. The wrong way. Sometimes the universe got to knock you down just to break your heart to fix your vision. Might have broke your heart, but it fixed your vision. You're at a place where you really need to pay attention to, like, those intuitive nudges that you get. Start paying attention to signs and synchronicities. Start paying attention to nature. If there's certain birds or insects that seem to be gravitating to you, your home, it's not for no reason. Sometimes they're monitoring spirits, though, so be a little careful. But yeah, there was some messages that I got. I remember one day, this was like a year ago, I was doing a reading. I was in my old house at the time, and this is when I was first getting familiar with, like, how insects and animal totems, how certain animals actually have a spiritual meaning behind them. So I have a really like a whole completely different appreciation for insects and animals now. I don't really kill them. I catch them. I set them free, whatever it may be. But I was just sitting there. I was doing a reading, and I seen a caterpillar, and I'm like, every last one of my windows have a screen. Caterpillars move extremely slow. How in the fuck is this in my house? And it was like it was on my blinds, just crawling. And I'm like, my doors are never wide open. How did it get in here? But regardless of the fact, I went and I looked it up, and there was actually a spiritual meaning behind the caterpillar. And it made so much sense. It was so in alignment to where I was at in my spiritual journey at the time. It just gave me the confirmation. Like, it just gave me so much confirmation, so much comfort in that time period of seeing what this mean and what it meant and what it represented. It was really beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. Then there was a period in time where I just kept getting bees. What the fuck? Every once in a while, I catch a bee in the house. And I'm like, okay, bees are very beautiful. They have like healing, a very healing energy, about them. But I also did the research behind what is the spiritual meaning behind bees. Ain't nothing but a YouTube or a Google search away, y'all. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised just how the universe is communicating with us through numbers, through signs, synchronicities, through a lyric that just so happens that be in alignment with maybe how you're feeling, or, shit, even sometimes when you hop on YouTube and then you scroll across a reader and the title of the reading is right on spot to what it is that you're going through in that particular part of your journey. This shit is so cool and mystical how the world works. Like, it just is. It really, really is. This is the time to really pay attention to those signs and synchronicities. I'm going to make sure I link Christina Lopes too, like I said that I was. For those of you who feel like you resonated with the disassociating part of the message, I do want you to see that. But I don't know why Spirit is calling for me to read what's on the back of the deck, right? And the reason being as to why I wanted, because something made me flip the back of the deck over some minutes back into the reading. And I thought it was just so interesting because you know how Ayla is pregnant here. Grief, right? And then this card, her name is Sasha. She has a baby here. And look at their little bush afros. So freaking cute, right? It's a very beautiful card. But she's nurturing what it is that she birthed. And it just gives me this energy with this being on the back of the deck. That your grief is going to birth something very beautiful. Very, 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 very beautiful. Let's read this message because I'm being called to. Okay. I'm sorry, I did turn off the frequencies, but I'm about tired of them hitting me with ads like you bitches.
It's here. It's here. It's here.
And you know,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna let it go. Period. Got right to it. Okay, let me just read it real fast, y'all, because I just feel like it's really in alignment with the reading. Okay, so Goddess of Joy. Her temple is warriors. Her element is bush. She's from Ashanti, Ghana. Goddess oh my gosh. Asashe Ya. Yeah, I think I'm saying it right. Asashe Ya rules life and death as the joyful crone celebrated as Mama Earth. Her energy is loving, fertile, and nurturing. And her name is invoked at major life transitions. Okay. At major life transitions. Okay. So Ashasha Ya's guidance to you is, your happiness matters. Joy is sacred. Your laughter waters the earth. Embodiment. You deserve to be happy. It is safe, because we're back here with this feeling safe. I knew it was in alignment. It says you deserve to be happy. It is safe for you to feel good. Allow yourself to feel joy with no limits. This is self-love. Your happiness doesn't need to look like anyone else's. If you can't imagine it, you won't be able to live it. Imagine happiness. You know what, collective? I don't care what it is that you've been through. You need to picture happiness for yourself. You need to picture you are not You are not what you've been through. You're not. You're not what you've been through. And at any point in your life, you can rewrite your story. It may be shocking to people. Like, what the fuck? It's way complete 180 from who you were last week. That's okay. It's your story to write. You got the pen. You're the fucking author. You are not what you've been through. And at any given time, you can decide to rewrite your story. You can decide to say, you know what, the end of that chapter, this next chapter about to be lit than a bitch. Can't nobody take that from you. Can't nobody take that from you. It says you deserve to be happy. It is safe for you to feel good. Allow yourself to feel joy with no limits. This is self-love. Your happiness doesn't need to look like anyone else's. If you can't imagine it, you won't be able to live it. Giggle therapy break. Close your eyes and see yourself joy-filled. I'm like right now, y'all. Close your eyes and see yourself joy-filled. Now laugh with your mouth and your eyes wide open. That looks a little crazy, but do it. Now laugh with your mouth and eyes wide open. Try to release feel-good endorphins. Goddess declaration. I feel like me when I'm happy. Yeah, some of you, that just made me like really, I got an intense feeling of like sadness. Like just because I feel bad for somebody or somebody's. Somebody doesn't even like, it's like a situation where it's like you don't even know the real you because you don't know the version of you that's not tied to trauma and grief. That fucking sucks. Like that is like actually really sad. You don't know the real you because you don't know the version of you that doesn't, that feels safe. You don't know the real you because you don't know the version of you that's not tied to trauma and hurt and pain and suppressing emotions. That's heartbreaking. But not so heartbreaking. You want to know why? Because at any given moment, you can rewrite that story. At any given moment, you can choose. And, you know, for those of you who are struggling with dissociating, I understand this. I can so relate to the emotion because it's like the key to healing is feeling. But dissociating makes you not feel. So if you can't feel, how the fuck do you heal? It's like you're hitting a brick wall. I'm gonna link it in the comments. I'm gonna remember to link it. There's been a few times that there's been another time I said that in a reading and I forgot to do it. Link it in the comments again. I'm gonna also, I'll even go as far as posting it on a community board for whoever maybe missed this message and just feel like the, you know, Christina Loeb's video resonated with them. It needs to be seen regardless of the fact. Those of you who are dealing with that, the dissociating, I do understand what's going on. Because it is extremely hard to heal if you're struggling to get the emotions to even come up so you can process them, you know? And it's not your fault. Like, it's a trauma response. And if you don't know how to break it, then you just don't, like, what the fuck do you do? And for some people, it's so deep, you don't even know that you do it anymore. But you know, one of the worst parts about dissociating that I really hate is that you really lose so much of your memory. So much of your memory. It's terrible. Like, I can't, like, when my friends try to talk to me about, and I'm not old, like, talk to me about, like, our senior year teachers, or even sometimes just something that happened, like, 3 years ago. And I'm like, no, I don't remember. There's parts of my child's childhood that I don't remember. It's sad. Because it's like I think it's like your body or your nervous, it's like you're trying to filter out what hurts, but you end up filtering out what really makes you feel good too. Like really good memories as well. And I think that's the most heartbreaking part about dissociating. Honestly. Especially for me, because I have loved ones that I lost. And there's a lot of things that I really wish that I could remember with them. And I just genuinely do not. And I remember when I told that to my little brother, because, you know, we had a little brother who was killed some years ago. And when I told him about that, he was like, what do you mean? Like, he was offended. Like, what do you mean you don't remember that, sis? That's just crazy to me. And I felt like he was like really coming from it. It broke my heart, but it's like, y'all don't even understand. You know, like, it's sad. It's just really sad. But anyway, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say too much in this energy. Ultimately, I'm going to link what I need to link in the description box. And if you're somebody that's dissociating shit, let's help each other. Let's help each other. If you come across something, I'll share the information that I have about it that I feel is really beneficial. If you guys have some other information that you feel would be beneficial to me, please share it. Please share it. Okay, let's go. Let's move on though. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. Clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. What advice do you want them to take to close out this reading? What advice do you want them to take to close out this reading? Please just protect my space as I get these messages across. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. What is it that the divine's collective's higher self want them to hear and know right now to close out this reading? Hold on, y'all. You know, I decided to do this at the end of the damn reading. This shit's in my damn nerves. Alright, so we got, okay, let me get one more. One more, Spirit, one more. Okay, first one I got is 101. It says starting over. It says intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal or spiritual development. It says happiness is linked to self-expression. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. I said that at some point in the reading. I don't know how I worded it, but I said that in some part of the reading. You can't appreciate good times if you ain't never had no bad ones. Like, can't. But anyway, 1414, light up. It said, okay, light up. It says mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, and quality. It says focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Y'all are fertile as fuck. Some of y'all are going to have a baby. If you're somebody who's been struggling to have a baby, I genuinely believe that's about to change. And honestly, that may be something that really lights you up in a special way. And if you're somebody who has been struggling with having a baby, your spirit guides are asking for you to call on them. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, they're asking for you to call on them for help and support. Because they are here. And what I'm hearing for some of you, you may go to the doctors and the doctor is like, well, we're just not seeing, from what we're seeing in your cervix and we're just not seeing that it's going to be in the cards for you to have a baby. And for some of you, you think it's just like on a physical level, when the reality of the situation, it has a lot to do with a blockage in your chakras. Your root and your sacral chakra being unblocked. First of all, if you have unprocessed grief and unprocessed trauma, first, okay, so boom. Oh, wow. I'm now just seeing a whole other message that I didn't see before. So, okay, feeling safe. As far as the chakra that allows you to feel safe in your body, you feel safe in general, that is your root chakra. That is the chakra that makes you feel safety. That's your first chakra. Then you have grief. Where you carry your grief, your trauma is in your sacral chakra. That's the chakra up from your root chakra. So you could be somebody who is struggling with a blockage in your root and your sacral chakra. And like I said, if you have a blockage in your root chakra, then that means all of your chakras are probably in alignment, because if you have a weak root chakra, all of your chakras are on top of the root chakra. So yeah, there needs to be some type of alignment, some type of Reiki, something, like I said, a Google search away, chakra healing, okay? Chakra healing near me, and see what type of services are provided. See what aligns with you. I literally was just looking into this for myself. Me and my friend are doing the same thing. But you know what? Spirit is telling you to pull yourself out of your, like something I said earlier in the reading, you're perceiving your bad times the wrong way. Like, do not have the woe is me, perspective of it. None of us are above bad times. None of us are above heartbreaks. I'm not the only person who was abused as a child, because, like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like it's just nobody's above these things. Certain things just come with the human experience. But we ultimately have the choice as to what we're going to let how we're going to let these experiences affect us. I can either be a victim to it, or I can use this shit and allow it to empower me by taking the lessons from it, allowing it to develop my character. Allowing myself, making it a priority to heal myself from it, so I don't carry pass my trauma down to those who come after me. Because shit, if just one of us can take it on, I'd much rather be one of us than all of us. And that's honestly how a lot of our, like, for my my black viewers, that's how a lot of our ancestors feel. And I'm not gonna say just our black viewers, because I'm knowledgeable about my own culture, so I'm sure there's other cultures that have maybe certain traumas and things that are passed down in their bloodline as well, but I can only speak on behalf of a black person living in a black body, and but yeah. Yeah, the same way our ancestors, had to take on being slaved and being slaves and being beat and shit for us. It's for, we take that on, we're going to heal it, and we're not pass that down. They didn't have the opportunity to do it. We do. We have the freedom to heal. Do it. We have to prioritize it. It's so important. It's so important. But anyway, for those of you who are really struggling, I promise you, you may think it's just a health thing and it's on a physical level. It's deeper than that. It's energetic. There is something you call on. You start worrying about healing yourself on a spiritual and energetic level, and you call on the support of your ancestors. I genuinely believe that is going to change. That's what I'm seeing in the energy. With Ayla being pregnant, and then Joy in this Joy card here, and this also mentions something about feeling safe as well. This has a lot to do with your chakras being out of alignment. A lot of unprocessed trauma and grief in your sacral area. And when you have a blocked sacral chakra, it can show up in many ways. Your creativity, your abundance, your ability to feel pleasure. Okay, it says focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Good vibes will speed up the process. That's why that card told you to laugh with your eyes open and your eyes and your mouth wide open. Try it. Try it, collective. Okay, 1717, drama alert. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options at this time. You must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. A lot of you are just like in a really dark place right now. But it's okay. They don't last forever. They don't. They don't. And it's easier said than done. Like, you know, I have such a different perspective on like the bad times now, especially like when it seems like shit's falling apart. If a lot of stuff is going on in your personal life where you're just like extremely uncomfortable, to my new subscriber, to my old subscribers, y'all done heard me say this a million times. To my new subscribers, this is new to y'all, so listen. But you know, I really learned how the universe does stuff. And it just works in such a mysterious, strategic, weird way, but a beautifully weird way. Like, we can want something for ourselves. We can be manifesting something. I really want this to happen, and this, that, and the third. And we can be very sure. We can feel it. We can feel that we want it. We know that we want it. And the universe goes, okay, well, I'm going to give it to you. I'll give it to you. No problem. Then everything starts falling the fuck apart. And you're like, what in the fuck? Not only am I not getting what I want, but I'm getting further away from what I want, because it's like nothing's working out. Partners is acting fucking crazy. Your relationships is your partner and your relationship is acting goddamn crazy. Roommates acting crazy, family acting crazy, boss acting crazy, car acting crazy, landlord acting crazy. Shit just everybody start acting crazy. Like, stuff just starts. It almost, you honestly perceive it as your life is falling apart. Or like a great deal of discomfort. And it's the universe's way of making space. See, the universe will give you what it is that you truly desire. But they didn't say they're going to give it to you how you want it. They didn't tell you how they were going to give it to you. They just, we'll give it to you. We may not give it to you how you want it, but we'll give it to you. And a lot of times, they clear space. And I've been through this part of the journey, so I know. Car acting crazy. Living situation uncomfortable as fuck. Relationship uncomfortable as fuck. Job uncomfortable as fuck. And ultimately, the reality was I had to move out of the discomfort was the universe's way of pushing me out of the energy that it didn't want me in anymore. And then once I left out of the energy, and I just surrendered to what the fuck needed to happen, blessings. Blessings. Everything started to make sense later. I'm so much more comfortable in my new house. I'm so much more comfortable in my car. I'm so much more comfortable doing what it is that I do now than sitting around selling insurance. I'm so much more comfortable being at peace single than I was in my toxic relationship. Everything that I was uncomfortable in, I feel, besides my partner, which I know is coming because I feel it. It's this close. I'm telling y'all, I smell his cologne. He might be right out the door. I gotta go check in a minute after I get off of this reading. He's close. I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, the universe just works in some mysterious ways. Y'all know I ramble. Let's move on. But understand that whatever it is that you're going through, hard times, bad time, whatever, it is a part of the human experience. Yeah, it's a natural part of the process. So it says 333 support, and this is ultimately in 333 support, mind, body, spirit. Also, these are my numbers, y'all. I love these numbers. 333. It just resonates with me so well. It says growth, creativity, joy. Third time joy done came out. Goddamn. Growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Yeah, some of you, for some of you, you're going to be birthing an actual child. For some of you, you're birthing something, a creative spark, a project, something. You're birthing something. Okay. However, it's still necessary for you to clear these blockages, because like I said, a blocked sacral chakra, it affects more than just, you on like a sexual essential. It blocks your creativity. It blocks a lot. Okay, your abundance, your ability to manifest, because you're birthing. This is your sacral area is how you bring life to situations. For men, through your sperm, through women, through your womb space. Like, this is how we birth, not just actual people, but actual things, But anyway, it says focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. This has been your message. It's been long, I know. But I really genuinely hope that it resonated. If so, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is a beautiful way to energetically donate back to the channel. To those of you, like I said, if you resonated at all with the dissociating part of my message, please check out this Christina Lopes in the description box. Honestly, just check. Even if the dissociating part did not resonate with you, please just check out her page in general. There are so many different things she touches on, from codependency to narcissism to learning how to operate in life as a highly sensitive person or empathic person. Just tap in, really check her out. I think she's so beautiful, and she really opens your eyes up to just how much we have the ability to heal ourselves. We're absolutely plugged into the source. But I love you all so much. I'm sending you love, healing, support, encouragement, all that good stuff. But until next time, peace out.